Hey everybody, thanks for joining us here on YouTube. If you like the video, make sure to mage hand us a thumbs up and subscribe to join our content guild. Also, leave a comment in that comment section down below and let us know if this episode inspired you or if you would have done it differently.
And don't forget to ring that bell so that the algorithm goblins notify you whenever we drop a new episode. You can also attune to us on your podcast platform of choice and check us out across the plains of social media.
Enjoy the episode!
Then
How are you on AC? You are
I'm
quite
bad.
low. Yeah, you are quite low.
I'm not gonna make it.
Kenya, on a scale of 1 to 59, how good does your character feel?
She's feeling like a 2.
Like a 2?
Like a 2. Just straight up 2. Last hit's my last.
Wait a minute. I thought you were at 9.
I'm at 9, but I'm feeling like a 2.
Welcome to Dungeon Busters, your Dungeons & Dragons actual play experiment. I'm Diego, a professional dungeon master and actor.
And I'm Michael, an actor and role-playing addict. Each episode, we summon a special guest who helps us give your game inspiration one encounter at a time. We don't just play D&D,
We put it to the test.
This week, our special guest is Kenya Ann Hall.
Hello.
So Kenya, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. You know, it's my day off, which I love. I am gonna go home, go play some video games, maybe do some laundry. It's a good, productive, fun day.
So I guess just to start off, have you ever played Dungeons & Dragons before? What's your experience in the TTRPG world?
So I've played Dungeons and Dragons a couple of times, literally a handful of times, maybe 5.
Yes.
And because every time I get a new group, it just ends up falling apart, and then we never play again. So I've started a lot of quests, never finished any. And I've played Dragon Age on PS3.
Okay.
So I've got like some of the familiarity there. I love the unpredictability of it. Just anything can happen. Your imagination is the limit, all that fun stuff. But it's true.
You said you played a little bit. Has there been any like monsters or encounters that really like stuck with you like from your D&D time?
Yes. Last time I played, we went into this cave and battled a bunch of goblins. And we ended up making like friends with the final goblin. Even though he definitely murdered the person we were trying to save.
Oh God.
But even as we were leaving, we were like, thanks for your help before that part. It was great. And my character was a druid, as my character is today. And I ended up getting a lot of help by just talking to the wolves that were guarding the entrance.
Yes.
One of them was very sarcastic. We had a very fun theatrical DM, and he did a really great job with the wolves.
Michael, have you ever had anything like that happen in a game where you've turned a like maybe what was supposed to be planned as a combat encounter into a social encounter?
Yes, actually. The character I'm playing today, Yule, who I will introduce further, was actually for like a Christmas-themed campagn.
That makes sense.
And we were supposed to be fighting like the elves at like a Santa like characters workshop, but we just were like, these like labor practices are not ethical. So we ended up being like, we still fought like the big bad elf at the end, but for all the other elves, we were just like, no, like, we think you should unionize. Like, this is ridiculous.
Well, that big bad elf at the end was an exploited worker who fell in love with the system.
Yeah.
Classic
Yeah.
pitfall.
There's always one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, he was getting into, like, reacting to unfair work practices through, like, terrorism and not through, like, collective bargaining. So we're like, we do have, like, a philosophical disagreement here at the end, but... yeah,
and that was a Christmas.
it was our Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. I mean, it goes down there with like the greatest of like Charles Dickens, A Christmas Carol story.
Yes.
I mean, it was a group of people who couldn't
yeah,
go home for the holidays because we were all like working around the holiday.
Nice.
So we just had one. So I felt like this sort of like labor was in the air for us all. So
Name on brand, as it is for most people around Christmas time.
yeah,
It's true. It's hard to get those days off.
yeah.
This brings us a great segue into what our topic is today, what we're going to be testing out in the actual play lab, is how to bargain with intelligent creatures.
Ooh.
Which I feel like this is a situation that comes up a lot in DMs. Like your players get to the goblin bosses or the elves workshop or whatever it is, and this big old fight that you were planning that you want to run turns into a social encounter, and you don't want to shut down the social encounter, but maybe there's still a risk of violence if the social interaction falls apart.
Oh, very cool.
And kind of how do DMs kind of balance that? Because sometimes it is some players are really here to just because they want to fight, and we've been building up to this fight for a while. Others want to lean into more maybe this is another way we can resolve the conflict, everyone wins, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. So, and any thoughts on that? What does that kind of make you think of, either in, if you were in the role of a DM, how would you kind of think about that? Or
I feel like it's hard for the DM because you've planned combat, you've gotten ready to do the math, all this stuff. And then you just really have to be on your toes and think in the moment, what would this person say? I didn't plan for them to say anything, but maybe I'm a goblin. And I also think, it really is up to the players too, to kind of come together as one. Because that was, if I've taken anything away from D&D, it's that it's a group project. You all have to be on the same page. Even if you want to do different things, at the end of the day, you have to land on one thing or else it's not going to make sense. And it's just going to stall the story. With improv, if somebody says no, it's just, it's dead. You're done.
That's absolutely right. I mean, I think one of the best character creation tips I've ever heard was build a character that wants to be with a party.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I feel especially a lot of new players want to play that kind of loner, Batman type of rogue.
Yeah.
And it's you can't be a loner, but you should have a reason why you're adventuring with these, 3 to 4 other people.
Yeah. I think that's really, I'm really excited to play test this, because I think, as starting off playing D&D, it was very much okay, this is the encounter that the DM has prepared, let's jump into combat. But the more I play, I think, and especially, I don't know, I found that I like the improvisational aspect, or the character-driven side of stuff. Sometimes I think that can be more fun than combat if you've got the right people who are also interested in doing that. And especially if you have a DM that's I'm not afraid to kill the party.
Yes.
Then I think that sort of, other solutions other than combat become something you think about a lot more.
It's another tool in the player's arsenal, because now they know that social situations are malleable. Yeah.
And I would say a lot of characters, other than maybe your stereotypical barbarian, how many characters wouldn't resort to violence immediately?
That's interesting, because the few times that I've played, it's usually our DM is the only one that knows what they're doing. And the rest of us are just we've all wanted to try this.
Yeah.
I think the first game that I played, half of us were bards.
All bard campaign.
Yes.
All bard campaign.
Yeah. So it's more they're I'm here to, fuck around and have fun. Instead of I'm here to fight things. So yeah, coming in from a different, where everybody's there to do cool combat is very interesting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. Well, I think that's a great way to kind of transition this out. And why don't we all just head on down to the lab and see how it plays out? Kenya, would you like to go ahead and introduce your character?
Yes, my character's name is Xynayla Labasia, but you can call her Zay.
Zay.
She trained as a healer under a mysterious falcon who only appeared to her as a bird. And so one day the falcon gave her a golden sickle and said, "One day you will kill me with this." So she's hoping that she never sees her mentor again, because she really liked him. Or I guess I really liked him.
Yeah.
But, you got to do what you got to do. And so ever since I've been kind of staying in these more merchant circles, trying to not get too far into the healer side of things so that I can keep my distance from that world, but still slide in and give people the things that they need, and also make a quick buck by giving people the things that they don't always need, Depends on the person.
And you're a druid, you'd said, yes?
Yes, I'm a half-elf druid.
Wonderful.
Very cool. Well, and so we did sort of talk, I get a clue about this beforehand, since we are playing actually level 8 characters today, which is very exciting. You haven't played a character this high level. Was there anything fun about building the character for higher levels that you found exciting?
Yes, I finally got to join a circle. A druid
Yeah,
circle.
all right.
Oh, that's such a big step.
Yes.
What circle did you pick?
The coast.
Circle of the Coast.
Circle
Amazing.
of the Coast. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So that was fun, and also like being able to actually use my druid powers that come with Circle of the Coast, which is mainly water-based powers, and all the different languages I get to learn. Because like as a druid and a half elf, you already start off with a fair amount of languages compared to other characters. But now I have like 5 under my belt, and I'm like, let's go.
Yes.
And you
Talking
are,
to everybody.
You're a fantasy polyglot. I love that.
Yes.
Yes.
That's so exciting. Are there any spells that you saw that you get to pick now?
I am
That you're
excited
super
to
excited
use Moonbeam.
Yes.
That
Moonbeam.
sounded
Excellent.
dope. Yeah. Previously, I know I'm saying it wrong, but I always call it Shillelagh.
That's
That's
what you say? Yeah.
That's what you
Shillelagh,
say?
yeah. Shillelagh, yeah.
Yay! Well, I always loved using Shillelagh, but now I'm excited to use Moonbeam because it sounded so. I didn't think it was. I was like, I'll just open this up, see what it is, and I was like, oh, it's violent.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Oh,
Hell yes. All right, Michael, would you like to introduce us to your character?
Yes, I am playing Yule. Yule is a very Norse Viking-esque character. As I mentioned, I made him for a Christmas campaign. He has a gladiator background, so he's come up through the WWE of the fantasy world.
Nice.
So he has this very personable, boisterous character. And has travels around fighting for sport and for coin.
I love that. Are there any class features or things you're very excited to use?
Yeah, so I'm a human fighter. I'm excited to get into the different superiority dice maneuvers that I have.
Nice.
I've only played this character at a level. I guess I did play a level 5, so I've definitely upped the ante with this character. I've got 2 extra maneuvers, so I'm really excited to see if any of that comes about. Knowing less about this question that we were posing, our hypothesis for this episode, I wasn't sure. I didn't necessarily prepare it specifically for this thing, but I end up having a lot of charisma with a gladiator background. So I'm curious to see if that will come in handy.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited to meet Zay and Yule. And actually, on this adventuring day, you find yourselves in the countryside, where Scarlet Cord, a vicious disease, is ripping through the townsfolk.
Oh no.
You've been tasked with going into the abandoned ruins of Helgar the Helpful's private study and trying to see if you can find anything that might be able to help cure this disease or alleviate the suffering of the people in the countryside. Okay. Now you have kind of prowled your way through the ruins of Helgar the Helpful's crumbling keep. And now you find yourselves in his attic study.
Oh.
The wood floors of the old cleric's hidden attic library groan dangerously as you walk amongst the dusty shelves. Frozen cascades of candle wax pour over the edges of tables and onto the floor. Phlegm wells up in your throat as a bloody cough escapes each of your lips.
Ooh. Do we have it?
You have it.
Oh no!
The Scarlet Cord running rampant through the countryside is wearing you down as well. As you come up into the study, your hand instinctively rises up in defense as you notice the face of a stone grotesque tucked in a cobwebbed corner. As you catch your breath, you hear the distinct sound of a book being closed somewhere in this old library.
We are not alone.
We are not alone.
Okay. I feel like this is a wild move.
Yeah.
But what if we just say hello? Who's there?
I'll follow your lead.
Okay, because maybe they've got the Scarlet what?
Yeah, maybe
Scarlet Cord.
Scarlet Cord too.
maybe they're here for the same purpose.
Yeah.
Do we have any sort of conditions or afflictions that we're suffering from with the Scarlet
You're
Cord?
still in the early stages of
Okay.
symptoms. So at first, Scarlet Cord begins with a cough that quickly turns bloody as your throat and esophagus become raw. From there, it progresses until there is kind of viscera and liquid kind of coming out of other orifices as well.
Oh God.
Cool.
It is not a fun disease, but you are
doesn't-
still
yeah.
at the early stages of it.
Okay.
Okay, and the cough doesn't impact our ability to move about as we normally would. We
No,
just
no,
do
no.
so with the cough.
Right now, it's a suppressed cough. You can definitely overpower the cough as much as you need.
Okay. Well, now that I've cleared my throat of blood, I think I'm gonna call out to our mysterious friend. Yeah. Hello there. Anybody home?
And what is each of you's passive perception?
13 for me.
Oh, passive for 13 for me too.
13. Somewhere from the rows of shelves and dusty tomes, you hear a bit of a scrambling. You can't tell where it's from, but something is moving about. Zay, in your head, you hear a voice speaking to you.
So you were meant to kill your own tutor? Are you even worthy enough to wield that golden sickle you carry in your back pocket?
Oh no, is that you, John? My tutor?
Are you saying this out loud or in your head?
I guess out both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yule's like, are you okay?
You didn't hear that?
I'm assuming I did not hear
No,
that.
no, this was just
Yeah.
in Zay's head.
Yeah. I just heard a book close.
Oh, I heard a person talking, and clearly I'm more concerned that you did not hear the person talking. Okay, so we're dealing with a mental foe. Hello, voice? Are you still there? You gonna answer my... John? Is that you?
Don't call me John!
Okay.
And he says this in both of your
Okay.
minds.
Oh, you... Okay.
I heard that one.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So it's not John. Okay, whew, good. Sickle remains safe for now. How did you know I have a sickle in my back pocket? Are you looking at us? Can we see you? Can you see us?
Michael, can you please make a deception check?
Ooh, that's a dirty 20.
You hear the voice say again,
Watching, always watching am I. Reading, learning. What brings you to my library?
We are coughing up blood, and a lot of people are doing more than coughing up blood, and we just wanna fix it, you know?
Can you please make a deception check, Zay?
Yule might add, as this is your library, perhaps someone of your intellect might be able to help us in this quest.
Oh yeah. My deception check was 18.
Amazing. You hear the voice speaking in both your heads now say,
You seek to help those, yet you wander at the edges of civilization, offering help only in passing. You are not worthy of the knowledge you possess, eh?
It's kind of harsh. What can I do to become worthy in your eyes, mysterious master?
Master, I have not heard the name Master in many years. And it's not so much what you can gain to be worthy in my eyes, but to be worthy in my eye. And this creature
God.
Oh,
hangs down from the rafters.
Oh, no.
excellent.
Okay, so it's got a giant green eye in the middle of his face. It's smiling kind of like Willem Dafoe as the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
It's got a very scaly back, very like lizard, like massive sewer lizard. Maybe I'm just going to Spider-Man villains to like describe this thing.
This creature is a composite of different Spider-Man.
Yeah.
villains,
It is.
correct.
There's even a little Sandman in there, you know, the spikes in the back. Like,
Yes.
so that's what we're seeing.
Amazing, yes. And this creature hangs down from the rafters, its big green eye at the center of its face above a wicked smile. And it asks,
So, you wish to be worthy in my
eyes? Well, that is a harsh task, for I have read every single book worth reading in this decrepit library, have gleaned all the knowledge, sucked the very information from the bindings of the pages.
Oh no.
So what could you offer me?
When's the last time you went outside?
Outside?
Yeah. You know, where there's fresh air and sunlight and I don't know how sunlight would be for you, but you don't know because it sounds like you haven't been around it in a while.
All light, burning brighter than that of a candle is displeasing to me. All that you need is enough to read what's in front of you, to glean the information. And Yule, can you give me a deception check, please?
Yeah, that is an 11.
And you hear the voice triumphantly in both of your heads. Aha! Yes, I've cracked you who call out disgusting labor practices in your past. You who goes in and does the work, but you do not stick around for the aftermath.
Oh.
You do not know the effects of that which you ravage. Yes, you act well in the moment, but is your kindness rippling through unburdened? You. And the creature like scrambles, like skitters up into the rafters again, and hides from y'all. Y'all lose sight of him in the darkness.
Yule will definitely reach and like unholster the great axe from the back, from his back, and just like have it in his hand, and says, he'll call out, "How does that make you any better if you withhold the information that might save those who are currently suffering?"
But the information is mine. Once it's mine, that's all that matters. That I know it. That it lives up here. The books can burn, the scrolls can decay, but it's here in my mind. Everything worth knowing. The secrets of the universe dispossessed.
But what is its value if it's not shared with others? Then that information dies with you.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
That's a 4.
4.
You know, I never really cared for the little people. When I began my quest for knowledge,
You hear some more skittering and like the pages of a book being like leafed through quickly.
No matter. These are my books. This is my knowledge, and it's not leaving here.
Could it leave here in the form of 2 disciples to your mass knowledge base? Oh, great one.
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Pretty persuasive. I got +7.
Nice.
Ooh, bastard 20. Amazing. You hear the pages stop, and the voice speaks again.
You think you could hold such knowledge in your head? What is it that you seek here in this library?
I just want the knowledge of how to not cough up blood / leak blood from various orifices.
Scarlet Cord!
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What happens when bugbear feces accidentally makes its way into the water supply?
Oh.
It is a nastier disease. There was a town about 500 years back. Yes, had Scarlet Cord run through. Yes, I remember reading about it in the books of this old cleric.
Well, thank you for that piece of information. At least we know the source could be coming from an owl bear population upriver.
I'm real sad about it. I would like some Brita filters in the township, please.
Brita filters, filter water. Yes, they do a good job of it too. Remember to change it at the end of every month.
You're right.
I think you can go like 3 months. It's just their marketing. They want you to buy more filters. That's sort of the...
Oh, and now you're gonna change the system and then just walk away and not deal with the ramifications.
You know, sometimes you can only do so much. You have to accept you. Anyway. Oh, wise one.
Yeah, good so far, yes.
If we were to bring you new information that does not yet exist in this scholarly place, might you bequeath us with a cure or remedy that we might help those in need?
How will you know what I know not?
I'm sure with your wealth of knowledge there is something you desperately seek.
The wise man knows that he does not know everything.
Where's that from? Sounds like you're quoting something. I know not what.
I wish I do as well. I feel like I'm quoting a lot of people, but clearly you don't know who I'm quoting, so there's some knowledge that you didn't have.
That comes from the wise writings of Xynayla Labasia.
Quoting myself.
And yet, scholar yourself. Yes, do you possess a book of your own that I can add to my collection?
Unfortunately, I come from a people who prize an oral history. So it's not.
You hear the sound of a book being like slammed in the rafters. No matter, no matter. And he like scrambles up. I'm not talking to you. And you hear like the sound of like arms being crossed somewhere above.
Have you ever written any of the books in this library?
Have I ever written any of the books in this library? In my past, when I was someone else, I wrote many things. I wrote many scrolls and spell books and histories. And I sought answers. And that's all that mattered then. Answers. Answers. Answers! Sweet, succulent knowledge! No, you may not take anything from this library, for you have nothing worthy to offer. This is my knowledge alone. This is my madness. This is my curse. This is what I crave. Touch any book, and you will regret it.
In your quest for answers, did you find them all? Is there still one question that you do not know the answer to?
As Zay says this, can I be like sort of poking around through the bookshelves trying to find this creature, this spined figure?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh, 6.
6.
It was about to be 24.
You're looking around, walking through the stacks. You've all kind of had time to wander around. You do not see the creature, but as you've been kind of pacing around in this like candlelit room, you have noticed that there are 3 more stone grotesques tucked around the room.
Is he going to answer my question?
What was your question? I'm sorry.
Did you find is there any one question that you never found an answer to?
In my search for knowledge, I seem to have forgotten the very thing I began to seek. Now there's just a journey. Now there's just the words on the page. And the electricity in my brain.
While he's lost in his reminiscences, can I inspect one of the grotesques?
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Okay.
You can go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Okay.
And you can both hear that his like a mind, he's still kind of speaking into your mind, but it has just kind of like devolved into this like whisper where he's just like kind of like mumbling to himself, more like a muttering. It seems like he's lost in his own thoughts. With a 21 investigation, you kind of pour over all the different like parts of this stone grotesque. You see that it has these like large like bat-like stone wings. It's perched on this like little stone pedestal. It's got like the snarled up face of like a pig mixed with a bear. And you look around, you do not see that anything is particularly important. You do notice that the dust and cobwebs that are collected around this area, though, do seem to have not collected on the wings of this grotesque, nor has the dust kind of like settled on the pedestal of this stone creature.
Huh. I knocked the grotesque over.
Go ahead and roll for initiative.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I know this phrase. Which button is it? Okay.
Yeah,
woo!
there it is.
Oh, I am not very initiative. Rolled a 6.
That is a 16 for me.
Zay, you are right up next to one of these grotesques. Across the room, Yule has wandered amongst the bookshelves while he was searching for the one-eyed creature hidden in the rafters. And he has wandered over in kind of the vicinity of a second grotesque. And we'll go ahead and kick it off with the grotesque nearest Zay, that is going to kick things off with a bite attack. coming down on you for a 12 to hit, which does not beat your armor class of 14. It's going to follow it up with another attack with its claws, and it also glances off of your shield and armor without harming you.
Shouts to armor.
With that, we go now to the second grotesque. You see another one of these creatures from across the room go and launch itself into the sky and fly straight at you, unleashing a horrifying howl as it does so. With another bite attack on you that is going to miss, and a claw attack, Nat hits with a Nat 20. Ooh. First Nat 20 of this episode. We're going to go ahead and you're going to take 10 points of slashing damage from the stone claws of the gargoyle. As we go ahead and pass it over to you, Zay.
Yes. Okay. I would. Now's the time. I would like to use Moonbeam. So I cast Moonbeam.
All right, amazing.
Doesn't matter which level I cast it at. Well, I mean, of course, it will probably be more powerful, but
You can cast it at second level, or you can upcast it to your third or fourth level, whatever you prefer.
okay. I like the number 3. Let's do 3.
When you
Okay. At
cast
higher
it.
levels, when you cast a spell using a level of 3 or higher, damage increases by 1d10.
Amazing, great, and you can place it anywhere within 120 feet of you. If you can see here, this little moon icon on Shard Tabletop, the official virtual tabletop of Dungeon Busters. You can kind of see what would fit in this area, so you can go ahead and move it. Tell me where you want to put it.
Okay, which one's the one that attacked me? I want to get that one.
This is the one behind you is the one that critted on you.
Okay,
This
yeah,
is the
let's
one-
do the one behind me.
Yeah.
Also because I feel like there's more chance of somebody else walking into that.
Amazing, great.
2d10 radiant damage on a failed save.
Great, so it'll make a Constitution saving throw. Great, and that'll be on when a creature enters a spell's area for the first time or starts its turn there. So great, it'll start it, so it'll go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw, right? Yes. All right. With a 19, I believe taking half damage on the success.
Nice.
All right, for
I
14
feel like that could've been
damage.
better.
As the light engulfs the stone creature behind you. Its stone skin like sizzling and cracking a little bit in the glow. Wonderful. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Can I attack the one in front of me or no more attacks?
Let me see here. You've already used your action to cast Moonbeam. So what you could do is you could use your bonus action to make an offhand attack with your shield. And you can hit that +6 on your shield and try to kind of bump the gargoyle in front of you.
Can I use my bonus action to get away from both of these gargoyles?
You would have to be using your movement in that case.
Okay.
Leaving the melee range of either of these gargoyles will provoke an opportunity attack where they both get to take an attack on you.
Okay, I don't
Although I
love that.
think you have Misty Step.
You do have Misty Step,
I have
So you
Misty
could
Step.
bonus action Misty Step.
but Misty Step is a leveled spell, and you can't cast two leveled spells in one turn. You
Oh,
could
yes,
cast
it
it if
is.
it were a bonus
can't-
action.
yeah.
Misty Step. Oh yes, briefly. Ooh, dang. Okay, I will do the shield thing then.
The shield thing, amazing, great. Go ahead and roll to hit with your shield. A 21 to hit, great, and you can go ahead and re-roll that damage just since now we've done it proper.
Nice. Okay.
Great, for another one, a 1 to hit.
So you got what you got.
As you chip off one of the teeth of this stone gargoyle.
Nice.
Wonderful. With that, we'll go ahead and pass turn, if that's all right, to the third gargoyle, who is going to rush at Yule here with a bite.
Nat 20!
For 10 points of piercing damage from the bite attack.
Okay.
And 16 to hit for an additional 5 points of slashing damage on top of that.
Ooh.
With that, we go to you, Yule.
Yule is going to try something. Yule is going to take out a torch from his pack and light it.
Oh, great.
In the
And
library?
he is going to hold it near the books. And he says, "Enough of your games. Give us the information we need or you will lose all of yours."
Oh.
Go ahead and roll an intimidation check.
Yes. Woo! Intimidation is +2. That's a 14.
Oh, okay.
14. Amazing. You hear the creature above say, "Not the books! Not the books! You leave the books alone!"
That, I'm assuming, counts as my action.
Yes.
So I think I will stay there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hope that I'm gonna see what that does before I do anything else.
Amazing.
But yeah, that'll be my turn.
With that, we'll go off to the gargoyles that have Zay pinned between them. The first gargoyle is going to go out with another bite attack on Zay with a 23 to hit.
Oh my god.
For an additional 4 points of damage. And then it's going to go for a claw attack with an 11 to hit that glances off of your shield.
How much damage have I lost?
Oh my gosh, you...
Like, a lot.
Yeah, you had a couple come up against you. Yeah, let's call it 19.
Okay, that feels fair. Okay,
Ooh, before we go over to you, though, it is going to be now the creature's turn, which, lurking from the darkness, is going to say, "Leave the books alone!" and targets you, Michael, with its rotting gaze. Can you please make a Constitution saving throw?
Ooh, okay. That is a 16.
16. You are able to withstand the withering gaze as the eyes kind of pulsate in your face. The creature then scrambles down off of the top of one of these bookshelves and hides behind it at the far end of the room.
Okay.
With that, we are going to go now to the other gargoyle, who is beginning its turn in the moonbeam, so it is also going to take that moonbeam damage if he fails his Constitution saving throw. With a 6, so he's going to go ahead and take that full damage. Can you roll 3d10 for me, please?
Okay. Oh, that thing is amazing. 17 so that's 21 total.
21 points of damage as this creature starts its turn. It is then going to turn around and use its bite attack on you, Zay, with a 22 to hit for 5 points of piercing damage, followed up by a claw attack with a 13 to hit that glances off of your shield and armor as he counters out of the way and shoulder to shoulder with his other gargoyle buddy. Great. With that, we go to you, Zay.
I am heated, so I just want to slash the one that keeps biting me with my scimitar.
All right.
I know I'm getting a little off schedule, but you know what? It's gotta happen. So, let's see. Ooh, 26.
Not 20 to hit. Nice.
Amazing.
And then I roll for damage?
Yeah, go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, damage is 9.
9. Amazing. As your sword hits with actually, let's go ahead and hit the critical hit button too, so you're getting that crit damage.
Ooh, yes.
With an 11 overall to hit, your blade strikes down on this creature, but you notice that it doesn't do as much damage as you think it might have. It seems to be a little resistant to this type of attack.
You know, it's okay. It helped me.
Wonderful. With that, we'll go ahead and pass turn unless there's anything else you wanted to do. You could now use bonus action Misty Step if you wanted to try and get some distance between you and your foes.
I would like to do that.
Great, amazing. Go ahead and cast Misty Step.
I would like to move into that corner that you're putting me in.
Great, yeah. So this is a little corner nook tucked away between the shelves with a little covered armchair in it.
Yes. No, I'm taking a seat in the armchair because, I earned it.
Great, yeah. You can use the rest of your movement to go and sit on this armchair.
Great.
Easy peasy. Great. With that, we'll go ahead and pass turns to the gargoyles, who's going to take a bite attack against Yule with an 8 to hit, missing, a claw attack. With
On that first miss,
yeah.
I would like to burn a superiority die.
Oh, wonderful. What would you like to do with it?
I am going to... actually, you know what? Never mind. I thought I had repose, but I don't.
Oh, no. Is there another one you'd like to use?
I can do it if he hits.
Wonderful.
So I'll wait.
The gargoyle, missed on both of its attack against you, which now it makes it your turn proper.
Okay.
Wonderful. With that, we'll pick back up and we'll go to Yule's turn. Yule, what would you like to do?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the torch at my feet, just so that I can, be able to pick it back up, essentially.
Wonderful.
And then I will take 2 hands on my great axe, and I'm going to do, oh, that's a crit fail.
Amazing. Your great axe, your hands are a little sweaty from the attack, and your great axe slips just enough to cause you to miss.
Okay, I do get 2 attacks per turn, so I'm going to attack again with my great axe. That is much better. That is a 24 to hit.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
And then I will do and then I'll use my superiority dice on that one. So that is going to be, heck yes, 18 points of slashing damage.
Again, it does not seem as impacted by this type of damage as you would have thought it would be. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn, Yule?
Yeah, you know what? Let's go for the dramatics. Let me know, or I guess let me know if I can do this. As a free action, I want to kick the torch towards the bookshelf.
Okay.
And as I'm looking, are there like empty bookshelves, or are they all pretty stacked?
They're not all stacked. There's definitely some gaps in this. This isn't like the most expansive collection. Some of the books are very clearly also like just weathered and bloated from like water damage and whatnot and aren't usable, but there's definitely like some stacks that are empty.
If you'll allow me to like, if I can scan the room and sort of gauge like a bookshelf that I think is less valuable.
Yeah, there's one empty right behind you.
I think I want to kick the torch towards the bookshelf.
Amazing. The torch rolls to the side of it, and the brittle wood begins to kind of get licked by the flames of the torch. It is dangerously close to it.
Awesome.
All right. With that, we'll go for the gargoyles. One of them is going to fly straight through the air at you, Zay. Bite attack. And a claw attack that both connect for 8 piercing damage.
Oh, God. Okay.
And 6 slashing damage.
Oh, my God. I am not going to make it.
With that, we go now to the creature who is going to come around here and is going to try and blast you with another gaze. Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, okay. Come on. Ooh, 13.
13, you are able to succeed. Okay. With that, the creature then is going to like get close and is going to try and kick the torch away so that it rolls and begins to catch the edges of a white cloth that has been draped over a table. The cloth quickly catching a blaze. With that, we now go to the second gargoyle, who is going to rush through the moonbeam, actually. So he's going to take 3d10 damage if you'd like to roll that. Actually, no, he's going to roll his con save first and see how much he does. Yeah, he's going to take that full damage. 17 points of damage as the creature flies through the air. It disintegrates into rubble.
Yes.
Mid-flight, kind of just finishing up as a broken collection of rock in between and amongst these bookshelves. It is now dead. With that, we go now to you, Zay. What would you like to do?
I would like to move my moonbeam to the gargoyle in front of me.
All right, amazing. And it'll take that damage when it starts its turn there.
Okay. Can I use my bonus action to just take a look at the books in front of me?
Yeah. Looking around, that's a free action. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay.
And what are you looking for in particular?
I just want to see if there's anything about disease on these walls.
Yeah. Give me that perception
let's just
roll.
find it ourselves. 9.
9. Yeah, you look around, you see, you find a couple of like a thesaurus, what appears to be a group of scrolls, kind of in a puddle. It doesn't seem like the books in this area have been well kept for, and none of them seem to be the one you're looking for.
Crud. Okay. Bonus action. Can I? No, I won't run away again. Can I cast a spell as bonus action? Can I cast Shillelagh?
Yeah, you can cast Shillelagh.
Okay, I want to cast Shillelagh. I'm gonna put my scimitar away, take out my staff, and cast Shillelagh on it.
Great, amazing. Yeah, your staff is Shillelagh.
Great.
And yeah, you can attack with that on your next turn. So now you use your action and your bonus action Shillelagh.
I'm gonna take my chances.
Yeah.
I'm running to that broken bookshelf. Oh, yeah, to the corner. How far can I go?
That's as far as you can get. Pretty much.
Yeah, then I'm going to the corner. I'm putting myself in a horrible situation.
Amazing.
But it's okay.
So you're basically in like a little like place where you can kind of squeeze through a bookshelf before it opens back up around to to the rest, like the main part of this library here.
Yes.
All right, great. All right, with that, we go now to the gargoyle, who is going to make his constitution. Actually, no, this is the wrong gargoyle. I'm thinking about the gargoyle that's about to fuck up Yule. So Yule, with a 15 to hit.
That misses.
And a 17 to hit on the
Ooh, that
claws for 8 points of slashing damage.
Ooh, I'm going to use my one superiority dice as a reaction, and I'm going to do a parry.
Ooh,
So I can roll a d8 plus 1 to reduce the damage.
All right, wonderful.
So that goes from, that's a 6 plus 1 is 7. So I reduce it by 7 points of damage. So that's only going to be 1 point, right?
All right, yep, that's it. Nice. Coming in clutch there. All right, after Yule's turn, we go now back to the top of the order, where we now see that the little flame that has sparked and caught the edges of the bookshelf here has now spread to the nearby bookshelf. The book table and the bookshelf are now being consumed in flames, and smoke is starting to rise to the top here. Okay. With that, it is now going to be the gargoyle who starts its turn in the Moonbeam gargoyle with a con save. 18, so he's going to take half damage. Go ahead and roll those 3d10.
It's a 5.
Love that.
Oh no.
With that, it is now going to fly straight to you, Zay.
Great.
Coming at you with a bite attack. 14 to hit, misses. And a claw attack that also misses.
Yay!
We turn over to the Nothic, who is not relenting on Yule here. Another con save, please, my friend.
Come on, con saves. Oh, yes, that's a 22.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, yeah, you are just fine as you see this creature become furious, and it leaves your melee range to scramble up this bookshelf.
Ooh, do I get an attack of opportunity?
Absolutely, you do.
Yes, I do. All right.
Matthew McConaughey, Yule.
Yes. That is going to be a 26.
Ooh, nice.
To hit, amazing, connects.
So it's going to be 1d12 plus 4, which is going to be 7 plus 4 for 11 points of slashing damage.
Amazing. You slash this creature across the back as it scrambles up the bookshelf.
Excellent.
Great. With that, we're going now to Zay.
I am going to use my recently shillelagh'd staff to attack the gargoyle.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Roll to hit.
Mm-hmm. So 14?
14 does not hit as the gargoyle catches your shillelagh club in its hand and moves your hand away.
I would like to move over to my moonbeam.
All right, amazing. Cutting through the creature, you kind of like bump by it and stand in the light of your moonbeam.
Hey, feels good.
Sweet. With that, we'll go to Yule's gargoyle, who is going to try a bite attack and a claw attack, neither of which connect. This gargoyle, it does not look pleased with itself. And we go now to Yule.
Okay. I think I'm going to do... I think I want to get rid of this gargoyle, so I'm going to take just 2 attacks against it.
Great. Roll to hit.
That is going to be a 23 on the first.
Mm-hmm.
And a 15 on the second.
15 hits.
All right. So that is going to be a total of 7 plus 5 is going to be 12 points of slashing damage.
Amazing. Great connecting, chipping away at the stone skin of this grotesque gargoyle.
I think as a free action, can I call out to our
Spined-eyed creature.
Yeah.
And yell out, give us the information before this whole library burns to the ground.
I love it. All right, with that, we're going to go back again to the top of the order, where you see now that the fire has doubled in size, beginning to consume parts of the rafters above you.
Okay.
putting Yule and Yule's gargoyle firmly in the path of the flame here.
Excellent.
It is also beginning to consume the bookshelf that the one-eyed spined creature is standing on.
Okay, cool.
With that, we'll go back to the top of the order as gargoyle number 1 rushes into the moonbeam, making a con save with a 22, so he's going to take half damage. Go ahead and roll that 3d10 for me.
Come on, 3d10. 14.
14. He'll take half damage since he succeeded a save for 7 points of damage. As he comes in with a bite attack and a claw attack, getting a crit on the bite.
Another nat 20! Oh, no.
For an additional 12 points of damage
Oliver.
on you, Zay. With that, we go now to the creature who scampers off of the flaming bookshelf that it is standing on. And it is going to start climbing up into the rafters. You hear some shuffling for a moment before it drops down right here. You can see Yule, you have line of sight with it. You can see that the creature is standing with books and scrolls and what looks like to be a red, hard-backed journal tucked in his arms as well. Zay, what would you like to do?
Ooh, I would like to... I knew I should have packed that hold spell in here, and I was like, nah, it's fine. Wait,
I hate it when I do that.
And
And I'm like, oh, if only I thought I put that spell in
and I
there.
had it, and I was like,
I
I'll
thought
put
about it
away.
for 10 minutes.
Does the creature count as a beast?
Go ahead and roll a nature check.
Okay. What is that?
Right, I wonder what happened if the moonbeam.
Oh.
How it would handle moonbeam.
Nature, you got a 9 on that. Even with, though you know not what this creature is, it is definitely not a beast. It is some sort of aberration of the mind and body.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna cast this mirror image.
All right, amazing.
What does mirror image do?
3 illusory duplicates of myself appear in the space.
I'm just picturing like Assassin's Creed when you used to be able to like walk in a crowd of like
Yeah.
4 monks that all look the same.
That was a mechanic that made me feel badass.
Yeah.
I was also like, they can see me. They can see me, but it's fine.
All right, amazing. Yeah, so you cast mirror image.
Yes.
All right, and you see yourself and 3 other illusory likenesses of you appear around you. The stone eyes of the gargoyle are unmoved.
Okay, then.
How are you on AC? Are you? You are
I'm
quite
bad.
low. Yeah, you are quite low.
I'm not gonna make it.
Kenya, on a scale of 1 to 59, how good does your character feel?
She's feeling like a 2.
Like a 2?
Like a 2. Just straight up 2. Last hit's my last.
Wait a minute. I thought you were at 9.
I'm at 9, but I'm feeling like a 2. We want to get technical.
God, that's funny.
Oh, God.
All right.
I mean, yeah, that's
Because what is
still-
9 with these bitings and these slashings, you know?
That's true. That's true.
So I am just going to stand my ground with my duplicates, and I'm going to yell at the creature, is this really what you want?
All right, amazing. With that, we'll go now to the Yule's gargoyle, who is going facing off against him, undaunted by the flames. Bite attack, misses.
Oh.
Claw attack, connects.
Okay.
3 points of slashing damage.
I'll
Yule.
take it. I'll take it.
Yule, how are you looking?
I'm okay. I'm at 45 of 64.
Oh, great. That's not too bad.
I'm doing all right.
All right. With that, we'll go now to you, Yule. You are in the flame. The smoke is beginning to billow. Can you roll a Constitution saving throw for me,
I
please?
can. Dirty 20.
Great, amazing. Though the flames aren't hot enough or big enough to burn you, the smoke that is being produced here is beginning to fill up the room. Though you cough and wheeze a little bit, you are able to kind of keep your vision and also yourself intact.
Okay.
Through this. Go ahead and take your turn.
I am going to sprint towards our one-eyed spiked creature. What is it
Amazing.
called again?
It hasn't given a name.
Oh, okay.
Out of character, you know this to be a Nothic. A Nothic is the name of this creature.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna run at it, and I would like to attempt to grapple this creature.
Amazing. The gargoyle will take an opportunity attack on you with its claws.
That
It's going to
is
miss
Fine.
as you rush over to this creature and you try to grapple it. Yeah, that's going to be athletics against his athletics.
Okay. Athletics. Heck yes. Come on. Oh, that's a 21.
Yo, 21 as well.
Oh shoot!
I believe that tie will go to the defender, though. No?
I don't know.
Oh gosh, I forget what one it is. I'm gonna make the call that it is gonna go to you because that's cooler. Yeah, you are grappled. You both, you kind of like lock arms with each other, frozen in movement. It drops all of the books and scrolls that are gathered at its feet. Great. Anything else you'd like to do?
I want to hold it, and I'm like growling into its ear, and I say, "My friend has the powers to douse this fire. Give us the information we need before it all burns down."
Ooh. Go ahead and roll intimidation with advantage.
Oh yes. Dirty 20.
All right. Yeah, and the creature kind of like grappling against you. You tower over him as you say these words. You see him take a big gulp and say, "Yes, save the books, and I'll part with the hand guide. I'll part with the hand guide. Please, just save the books."
So I'm saving the books.
All right. With that, we go back to the top of the order. Yule, unless that was anything else on your turn.
I think that's it for me.
All right. We'll go now to Zay's gargoyle, who begins in the moonbeam with a 17 on the con save. Go ahead and give me those 3d10.
21.
21,
Nice.
Amazing. The Nothic is in your hands still, and the fire continues to grow even more.
Oh. Yeah, that grew. That grew even
Yeah,
more.
as it's beginning to, now the smoke and the flames are swallowing up the floor and the rafters, consuming the entire left side of this ovalish room, and also beginning to kind of start beginning to working away at the edges of the staircase leading down, and some of the empty bookshelves gathered therein. It is nipping at your heels here, Yule, as we go to the creature who is still being grappled by you, and is going to try and break the grapple with a contested on your athletics.
All right. Oh, that's a 9.
He rolled a 5, so you keep him, and you felt him kind of try to make a move for his stuff and for escape.
Yes.
That is going to be the creature's turn. It is now going to go to Zay. Zay, what would you like to do? You can feel the heat and the smoke of the fire getting closer and billowing bigger.
I would like to... Let's see. Oh, actually,
You could call down an ice storm.
Yeah, would that stop the fire, though? I was thinking about doing that on a gargoyle, but I don't know if that would,
Well, one of the gargoyles is still in there.
Yeah, one of the gargoyles is in the fire.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that would stop the fire. I think it would just hurt the gargoyle in there. And I think control water.
Control water.
The water has to be there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you wrote a check that I cannot cash.
I guess it's not officially in there that it would douse flame.
Yeah, no, because I can control water. I can walk on water. I can.
And it's
breathe
like rock hard
underwater.
ice, so it would be like a hailstorm above a house fire.
Yeah.
But it would at least free you up from this dude that is slogging away at you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna cast ice on that guy.
Ice storm, amazing, great.
Yeah, because I feel like that's gonna do way more than anything I've got right now.
All right, amazing. Yeah, this whole area then is engulfed. Basically, almost the entire right wing of this ovalish library is engulfed in ice storm. It is gonna make a dex save.
A song of ice and fire.
Absolutely. With a 7, it is gonna take the full damage from your ice storm.
Yes.
Nice.
Okay. Spell slot. So I think that's.
All right, for 18 points of damage, as you wear down this statue even more, pelted by hail from above. It is not looking too good. One of its stone wings has chipped off and fallen away.
Get out of here, stone wing. Is my moonbeam still active?
It is still active.
Okay, great. I yell at Yule. I think you've written a check that I can't cash.
Great. With that, we'll go to the gargoyles. Gargoyle number 5 is going to fly out of the flames, out of the smoke here. Yule, he's going to come at you with a bite and a claw. Bastard 20 on the bite attack for 6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Actually, it should have advantage on you since you are grappling.
Yes.
Yeah, that's still... So you'll take the 6, and you'll also take an additional 7 points of slashing damage from the claw attack that lands. As we go ahead and pass turn to you, grappled with the creature. Its books litter down below you, the fire growing ever more. It is now your turn, Yule.
Awesome. I'm going to yell out to Zay and say, I have a water skin, if that helps at all.
It might.
And then I'm gonna let's see, I can't really back away. Then I'm not gonna move, but I am going to I just sort of like squeeze my muscles, take a breath, and I'm gonna take second wind.
Nice.
For 1d10 plus 8 HP.
Nice. Get some juice.
Yeah, get some juice. That is going to be 11 HP. I'll take that. I'll take it. It ain't bad.
Better than me.
Yeah. I guess I could let this thing go now. Oh yeah, because is he still holding the books?
The books are on the floor. You're grappling him. He's let go of the things he has in his hand, so that you are like the books are between the pair of you. Like imagine like you guys are like locked on the shoulders.
Okay, you know what? Maybe what I'll do after taking that second rest is I'll because you mentioned that red journal that seemed to stand out amongst the rest of the books.
Yes.
I think I would like to scramble for that.
Great.
And grab the red journal.
All right, amazing. Yeah, you scoop up the red journal in your hands.
Okay, excellent. I think I'm just gonna stay there after calling out. You can use my water skin.
All right.
And I'll just sort of stick my hip out where it's located.
Yes, I could definitely see it
Yeah.
behind all these bookshelves.
But then I'll stay there.
All right, great. And at this point, as we go back to the top of the order, the fire and the smoke is now burning black and has engulfed the Yule's gargoyle, Yule, and the Nothic, and it's like thick black smoke. It's also covered up the stairs from where y'all entered, and the fire is licking ever closer at your heels. Go back to the gargoyle in the moonbeam, who's going to make his con save with a 15. He's going to take half damage. Go ahead and roll 3d10.
15.
Great, so it'll take half damage from that, which puts it at 7. The other one of its wings snaps off. It is now like burning away in the light. It is still barely hanging on as it goes at you for a bite attack. Zay, 21 to hit
Oh no.
for 4 points
Okay.
of piercing damage. A claw attack with a 6 to hit that you bat off with your shield.
Hallelujah.
With that, we go to the Nothic, who is coughing and choking here. He's going to try to make a Constitution saving throw to keep his action. With a 12, he just barely succeeds, and is going to try and break the grapple. With an 18 contested strength athletics.
Yes. Oh, that's a 10 for me, so he doesn't
10.
need it.
It breaks free of you and begins to just it just throws its body on top of the books.
Okay.
Its action is spent up, so it can't gather up all the materials this turn, but it is Jones in 2. With that, we go to you, Zay.
With me, I raise my staff. I say to this gargoyle, I hate you, and I hope you burn in this fire. And then I hit her with Xynayla.
All right, roll to hit.
20. Not 20.
Go ahead and roll crit damage, please.
7.
All right. right. As you bring down your shillelagh quarterstaff and you beat this rock into rubble, it collapses to the ground, lifeless and dead.
Can I bonus action? No, I can't cast that spell with bonus action. Control water, no. Yeah, because none of my cantrips would help right now. So I'm gonna use healing word. Yeah, I need it. And I didn't use a level spell, so I can use the 4th level.
Mm-hmm.
Ah! She's healed.
I would personally love to know what you say to yourself to heal yourself.
I was hoping
such
it would
a beautiful,
come to
dramatic.
Yeah, I was
moment.
really waiting for some poignant to come out.
Yeah, for our listeners who were
All
not
I
able
could
to
think was purple.
experience that visually, just Kenya putting her hands to her chest, just waiting for the words. I think purple is
The
great.
only word that came was purple, so let's go with purple.
I love it. Go
Purple
ahead and
is my
hit.
healing word.
All right, you got 18. Go ahead and
Oh,
add 18 to your
nice.
HP.
Oh, that was a great roll.
Yes. Okay.
There you go. Amazing. As you heal yourself with radiant light, the word purple echoing in this burning library.
Let's go over to the action. Let's go back to my little weird corner right before our dueling friends in the fire.
Yeah, right here.
Mm-hmm.
That's as far as you get. Yeah, you're tucked between the wall and one of the bookshelves there.
Great.
Working your way around the oval. Awesome. With that, we go to Yule's Gargoyle, unrelenting, unstoppable. It looks still pretty intact.
Yes.
Bite attack against you, Yule. The grapple has been broken, so it's not with advantage. It's gonna miss. Second one is gonna connect for 7 points of slashing damage.
Okay, I'm just gonna take it.
Great, amazing. With that, we go now to you, Yule. Can you roll a Constitution saving throw, please? If you get
Yes.
10 or higher, you keep your action.
Oh, it's a crit fail.
All right, you cough and wheeze. You have lost your action. You still have movements and bonus actions.
I'm gonna just call out. I'm gonna bonus action rallying cry.
Ooh, what does that do?
So what that does is, on your turn, you can use a bonus action and expend 1 superiority die to grant a friendly creature who can see or hear you temporary HP equal to the superiority die roll. So I'm going to look out to Zay and say, let's put out this fire and take care of business.
Yeah!
And you will get temporary HP. Let me mark off my superiority die. 7 plus 2, 9 HP. 9 temporary HP.
All right.
And then I will just stay there.
Amazing. We go
the
back to the
flames.
top of the order. The flames growing ever more.
Yes.
It is now engulfing the majority, and eclipsing the majority of this oval-shaped room. The stairs and the area where Yule and the Nothic and the Gargoyle are hanging out is covered in black smoke at this point. Hard to see in, impossible to see out. With that, it is now going to be the Nothic's turn, and it is going to scramble for the books, and it's going to get the books and try to bust free out of the smoke here, bumping into Zay as he does so. Yule, you can take an opportunity attack if you would like.
Yes, I would like to do that. That is going to be a 24 to hit.
24 hits, go ahead and roll damage.
That is going to be a 10.
10 points of damage as you slash this Nothic in the heels as it runs away. Wonderful. As it bumps into Zay, it's going to use the rest of its movement to jump back into the smoke. Trying to run away. You catch the glimpse of it kind of disappearing back into the billowing cloud here. We go now to you, Zay. What would you like to do?
Can I use the water in Yule's water scheme to put out this fire?
I mean, yeah. So it'll probably have like about a liter of water in there. We could say. What are you thinking?
Might be getting out of hand, but
this is like the whole like left side of this room is now actively on fire. I will say.
yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, no, that one's gotta be at least 50 feet. Oh yeah, no, this is not. This is for like a body of water. This is not gonna do anything good. Okay.
So you could try to stop the creature, or you could try to steal the books that it has gathered.
Do I still have the red
Yeah,
book?
great. Yeah. Then you have that red book.
Okay.
Should we just leave?
We could just leave.
Okay, but I can use Misty Step and then use my movement, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Great, Misty Step. You go Misty Step near the staircase, cutting off the Nothic, and then you can use the rest of your movement to easily get down the stairs and out of the smoky attic.
Yule, follow me. I feel bad leaving, but also, wait, throw me the book. Can you throw me the book?
On his turn, he can. Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna chill out by the attic stairs.
Great.
Wait for Yule to get free so we can leave together, because I can't just leave without you.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And you can move your moonbeam as a bonus action. It's still up, or as an action.
Yeah,
it's
if
still
you
up.
want to hit, if you want to hit our
yeah.
Nothic.
Or should I
friend.
hit your gargoyle friend? I think the
No.
Nothic is also trying to save itself, so I'm gonna move my moonbeam over to your gargoyle.
Amazing.
Okay, cool.
Right, yeah, the light moves into this billowing black smoke, bathing you in the light as the gargoyle as well.
Nice.
Great. Awesome. So you're posted up by the stairs, ready to make way as we go now to Yule's gargoyle, who is going to make his con save. Can you go ahead and roll your 3 d10s, Kenya?
Yes. 17.
17. All right. It'll take
Nice.
half of that. And will now take its actions to try and bite and claw at Yule with a 17 to hit on the bite attack, connecting for 6 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
We go now to you, Yule. You have the red book in hand, bathed in the light of the moonbeam. Zay is by the stairs. The Nothic is making its way there as well. What would you like to do?
Okay. So I think looking towards the staircase, like I can see, I'm picturing like this burning bookshelf
Yeah.
between me and the staircase.
Absolutely.
I would like to jump through it.
Yeah!
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I just like tuck the book under and just like linebacker run through the bookshelf.
Amazing. Great. Go ahead and roll an athletics check just to see if you can like bust through this burning.
I really hope this
Oh,
goes
that'd be
well.
embarrassing.
I should be good at this.
Yeah!
Yes! That's gonna be a 23.
23 as you bust through like a linebacker, emerging on the other side, kind of falling a little bit into
Yeah.
the stairs. You and Zay are side by side. Yeah, what would y'all like to do now?
Get the fuck out of here.
Can I like are we out of the flames?
Yeah, you are like out of the flames. Like you're where the stairs are dipping down now, so the smoke is even like rising up out of you, giving you a nice pocket of fresh air. The rest of the mansion below you, the rest of the old cleric's keep is untouched by the flames as of yet, but you'd have to traverse your way back down through.
I'm inclined to like flip open this book or like read the binding to see like, is this book what we need?
Yeah,
We are just assuming.
looking at the red book, you see that it doesn't have anything written out on the outside, but on the inside, you see anatomical drawings. You see samples of what appear to be like dried blood, and you see the distinctive like enough like writing about a bloody cough.
Okay.
Looks good to me.
Cool,
Let's
cool, cool.
go.
Yeah, I think I found it.
Yay, I think you did.
Let's get out of here.
The fire continuing to build in the attic. You can hear the screams from the attic library as the Nothic screams out, "My books! My books! You'll pay! You'll pay! Xynayla Labasia and Yule!" And you see it kind of like pop down as y'all are running out of the mansion. It kind of pops down from the study attics onto the stairs, coughing. Its face is black with
God.
soot, and it's looking at you with its mad eyes, and it's got like smoldering books in its hands. And it says, "I'll pay. I'll make you all pay for my books." And that is where we'll end it.
Woo! That is a problem for another day.
So this is the part of the podcast where we switch on over and try to unpack what we just experienced here and see kind of what we can do better, what worked, what didn't work, moments that struck you. So I'd love to open up the floor to you. What are some moments from this encounter that struck you?
Okay, and just to clarify, the goal of this experiment was to balance social and combat, right?
Yeah.
Don't feel like we bargained very.
Well, we had some low rolls, but it was really fun to. I mean, I think combat is always interesting when there's like multiple tasks at hand. When it's like it's fun to fight something, but then also have like something else that's going on. Like, you know, this creature was here and was active, but you know, its attacks. Well, I was also had some stellar con saves, which was clutch. I felt like there was more of like, okay, I'm in this fight, but also I have to interact with this creature that has something that we need. How do we get it to do that? So I thought that was really fun. You know, you had mentioned like, you know, are there solutions other than combat or something like that? And it definitely made me think of like my turn being, okay, I could just hit this thing, especially as a fighter. Like, I should just hit this thing.
Right.
But can I grapple it? Can I, you know, what other options are there? Which led me to lighting the whole thing on fire. But I'm realizing I have a really destructive streak because the last episode I blew up the elevator, and this episode I burned down the whole library. I guess when there are no consequences to my actions.
The beauty of not only a one shot, but just like a singular encounter. All caution to the wind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting too because like we wouldn't have been able to get what we needed with. Well, actually, I wonder if we would have been able to discover the Red Book without the combat. Because the only reason why it came into play was because the library was on fire.
Yeah.
And he was like, I gotta save this thing. And so it was revealed to us that way. But the library wouldn't have been on fire if we weren't put in the constraints of me having activated the gargoyles.
Right.
But I do wonder what would have happened if we were just like, you know, what if we just burn it down? And like, we're like...
Yeah, the burning also added a level of time restriction.
One thing that I'm kind of curious about is the gargoyles could have come into play at like a multitude of different ways, right? I thought that like my initial thought was like that if this social encounter devolves into like threats, this thing doesn't like being threatened, it'll set the gargoyles on you.
Yeah.
Like, but that kind of didn't come up. You all were doing very well in this in the social part of it, which as a DM I had like this little like tension between like y'all are doing really well, y'all bringing up good points, but I'm also trying to embody this like a Nothic. A little lore dump for y'all is the idea is that it's this like wizard or spellcaster that has gone so insane in their search for knowledge and power that they just crave it like almost like an addiction, and are very like solitary creatures, don't like to like give straight answers. So it was really interesting like this idea of like there's almost nothing you can say to this like from a role-playing perspective, like this creature that is crazy and about knowledge. It's not going to want to give up a book. It's that, and like trying to communicate that as a DM while also making it not feel that I was just saying, no, you have to fight me. Like, how did that feel like it came across?
I feel like it was effective because like once I realized, okay, and it was kind of like Kenya realizing as like a person who knows the convictions of story, or not conventions of story, and how like, okay, we've asked this many times, we're clearly not going to get it this way. It forced us to interact with the other things, because that's the only reason why I went over to the guard, because you mentioned them. You're like, these grotesques are here. These grotesques are here. So I was like, okay, well, clearly something must happen with the grotesques. Having that conversation end up going nowhere just forces you to make another choice. So I do think it felt effective in the way where I was just like, okay, there's still a chance that something can happen with this thing, but for now, let me pursue other options. Like, it didn't feel like a complete dead end. It just felt like okay, with the words and capabilities that we currently have now, we will not be able to appeal to it. So let's see if there's something in this room that can help us appeal to it.
I thought you did a great job, Diego, using the very limited backstory that we gave you for this one shot to inform the Nothic's interaction with us. And that was really fun. I mean, even just a casual story about like, I had this Christmas game and we got into and you like pulled it in a way that was really fun. So kudos to you. That was such a great DM move of just like, man, man,
I'm glad
you
you
used my backstory. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that out, because that's actually one of the features of the Nothic, is that it has a weird insight. The Nothic targets one creature it can see within 30 feet of it. It must contest its charisma against the Nothic's insight. The target's deception against the Nothic's insight. If the Nothic wins, it magically learns one fact or secret about the target.
Yeah.
The target automatically wins if it is immune to being charmed. So it definitely is like a really cool way for DMs to tease and poke out at the backstory. I love that this is a feature that this creature has.
Yeah, I feel like the Nothic would be a fun creature to run into if you have like a party member who's been really secretive about their backstory. So to bring stuff up from other, like in front of other players that they maybe have been hiding or more shady about.
Oh, so the Nothic's just an instigator that pops up and then leaves.
Yeah, it'd just be I'd be like a fun creature to fight, for like a story element to bring some of that stuff out. Like, you know, if you've got, or even if you've got someone who's maybe shyer at the table, and isn't maybe struggling to talk more about that backstory, but then to have it like, if you can connect their story with what they need from the Nothic, and then to have them the Nothic really latch onto this character and like help pull a lot of stuff out.
I think you're onto something really great there, because I think the Nothic can be a really good narrative tool for like DMs, because, you know, based on the info in the dungeon in the monster manual, it's not, you know, a social creature. They are going to be found in like these little abandoned recesses of knowledge. I think there's a lot of potential there to really engage players and bring back like backstory elements.
Yeah. What are the combat capabilities of the Nothic? Because that was something I was wondering about as we were escaping. I was like, when you were like, you could put your moonbeam on the Nothic, I was like, well, I don't feel like it's really fighting us.
Right.
And
That's
we're
true.
not really fighting it. Like, you were even more like so restraining it than actually trying to attack it. Except for that one time when you took your opportunity attack.
I did.
Yeah. So in terms of fighting, like the Nothic is more, it's got a multi-attack where it can make 2 claw attacks. And its Rotting Gaze is the other notable one. So that's what the Constitution saves for a throw. If you failed, you took 3d6 necrotic damage.
Ooh. That's not great.
Yeah. So I love that too, because it's like it's somewhere within 30 feet of it. So like in kind of planning this encounter, I imagine the Nothic is hiding in the rafters, blasting you with his gaze. Yeah. As you're trying to like kind of peruse this library or fight these beasts.
Yeah, it was a really cool setting, and yeah, I think the Nothic was this fun creature to play with.
With all this in mind, like about Nothics, if you all were DMing this, what is there something that could have been offered to the Nothic that it would have like latched onto?
I feel like that's the kind of constraint of the one-off encounter. Is that like, I feel like if this were a part of a campaign that we've been playing for a minute, we might have collected some stuff. Yeah, that might have been useful to offer to the Nothic. But since we're just, you know, like popping in, it's like, well, we didn't bring anything. It was very much giving that episode of Avatar when they go into the library.
Oh, yes.
Like that's what I got like right at the beginning. But like they had stuff because, you know, that's like in season 3 or something.
Right. That was Wan Shi Tan's library.
Yes. And I can see where it could also spring off like another quest of, well, you know, a thief stole this book from me, so if you go and retrieve knowledge, I will copy or duplicate this to give to you.
I love that.
So I definitely think there's a springboard for this Nothic being
a quest giver.
A quest giver, yeah. Like this creepy quest giver.
Yeah, so the town sends you to the mansion to find the Scarlet Cord cure, but this Nothic has the cure, he's not going to give it up. You need to go, you know, knock on the local thieves guild's door and be like, yo, one of y'all stole this thing. Or maybe it's like, I only saw this insignia on his cloak. You have to like follow up on that and see where it went. Yeah, but it is interesting too, because I mean, like if you decided to just kind of beat this guy up for it, like it's a level 2 monster. So a party of at least, you know, if the math of D&D works, like 4 level 2s would be more than capable to overpower this thing and take it by force. But there is kind of like that allure of maybe you don't have to kill it.
Yeah. But also, like, if we did kill it, would its books just magically fall down from the rafters?
You'd still have to go through it,
Yeah. And I was thinking that too, actually, as you were like talking. I was like, well, is there a way that we could have explored the rafters and like fought him more so to get access to that. Because we never really thought about like what's up there.
Yeah. Like we could have just looked for the book and then been like, I think this is it. Could we like maybe borrow that one? Or taken it and run. I mean, we could have done. You know, if we were 2 rogues, maybe we would have done the stealth mission and snuck in. But yeah, I think it's interesting. Yeah, to play with it. I think what's fun about adding like a social element to combat encounters, like for me, the Nothic, again, it wasn't really fighting us. It was almost sympathetic. So I was like, yeah, it reminds me a lot of Gollum.
I was going for that.
Yeah.
I was totally going for that.
I think you nailed that. And it's sort of this thing of like, yeah, we can fight you and probably beat you, but you also have this wealth of information that we could come to later if need be.
I love that. Like,
So
now we know there's like a resident Nothic in here. Like,
yeah, and if we can find a way to trade with this thing, then it actually unlocks a whole wealth of information.
I love that.
But I think that adds, I mean, I think that's what's so much fun is it stops the combat from being just like, here are the enemies that I've given you to kill today.
Right.
And it's like, it makes me think that if you're dealing, especially with like a party of murder hobos, you know, who are just going around.
What is a murder hobo?
That's like
So picture this. You're a tiny little village in the outskirts of some like great country's countryside, and this group of ragtag mercenaries covered in blood and dirt and like goblin guts walk into your town, threaten your merchants, asking them to give you all their stuff for free.
Oh god.
And like fight anyone that doesn't. It's like essentially a party who just deals with everything by like killing it.
Okay.
Yeah. If I don't get what I want, okay, I attack them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
the town guard asks to see, you know, your invitation to the ball. I don't have one. I stab him in the stomach.
It's just like everything is dealt with through combat. But part of me thinks, well, if you have more interesting characters, obviously you have to have a party that's willing to give you the space to develop that. But that can be a good way to sort of change that. I remember playing a game that I was DMing, and they were fighting this group of orcs that had taken over like this village. And after they were doing like this stealth stuff, and they'd fought some of them, and then they came into like this barn area, and there were some like mother orcs with their toddler orc children petting, like it's such like a petting zoo with like these little lambs and sheep, and they were immediately like, oh, we feel so bad about killing these orcs now. I feel so bad about this. And so then they ended up like parlaying with them and having this whole like peace treaty. And I was like, oh, that made it so much more interesting.
Yeah.
To have like essentially like, what is the social consequence of this combat?
Yeah. Yeah, it gives everything, makes everyone feel alive. And that's, I think, one of the greatest things about D&D, right? That's what we're going for, that verisimilitude, right? The like seemingness of realness, of internal continuity, of cause and effect, action, reaction.
Yeah.
I think just in terms of how this logic could maybe be applied to smaller, more just like generally aggressive creatures. Because I think every time that I've played D&D and the creatures have come out, they've started off attacking us.
Yes.
Whereas with the Nothic, and I think you could apply this to like goblins or whatever tiny little demon things pop out. Like, what if they just start off non-aggressive? Like, what if they don't actively engage you in combat? And your party has to decide to engage them in combat.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a way that this can be applied across the board to any little creepy creatures you want to throw into your campaign.
I love that. Yeah, that definitely gives like some breathing room at the beginning to, you know, get a monologue out or find out a little bit more. I think that's a really great tip. Sweet. So with that in mind, bargaining with intelligent creatures, is it, I don't know, we still haven't come up with a good like 3. We're trying to come up with like a busted, plausible, like confirmed type of trio, but we can't really think of anything. So if you got any suggestions, Kenny, we'd love them, honestly.
What do you call it when you finish a dungeon? Is there a word?
Like
cleared?
Cleared out a dungeon.
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't know.
Okay, wait. All right. Bargaining with intelligent creatures. Is it loot or give it the boot?
Oh!
I think
Nice.
it's loot. Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We got a loot
loot.
vote. Loot. All right. You heard it here, folks. Dungeon Busters. Today we busted bargaining with intelligent creatures, and it is some loot. Get this into your games, y'all. Wonderful. Kenya, is there anything you'd like to plug here at the end of the show? Any pluggables you want to mention?
I don't know. I'm just doing Drunk Shakespeare with you guys.
Yeah.
That's the
Come
only
see us
thing.
all in the Drunk Shakespeare Society at the Lion Theater in Chicago. It's a fun time.
Yeah. That's it.
All right. That wraps it up. Thank you.